T-minus 3 minutes. T-minus 3 minutes. T-minus 3 minutes.
Welcome back then to our first gold medal match of the day. England face Scotland, but before all that, something very special. Kylie Hutchinson, England's number 5, is playing her 150th game. She becomes the highest capped player in the history of touch rugby. Southern or Northern Hemisphere, East or West, she is the most capped international player of all time. Her first game in 2004, before the European Championships was even recognised. What an achievement. A world record broken here in Vichy today. Congratulations, Kylie Hutchinson. And it's a record that one day may be caught as more and more tests are played, but it's going to take a long time coming. There are a couple of Centurions crowned this tournament in the France and Belgian women's side, but 150 caps. Outstanding. Well, for the seniors and masters finals, there are no anthems or lineups before the games. Any team tradition or singing of anthem can be requested by event control. Neither of these two sides have done as much, so we'll just be getting underway as soon as possible. Tap off due in a minute's time between England and Scotland in the women's 40s grand final. There are still concurrent finals, of course, happening on pitches 1 and 3 until we reach the open category, so it will be busy here on pitch 2. And we are soon to be underway here in the women's 40s. It's tap off from Scotland in the blue and tartan, going left to right. England in red and white, of course, on defensive duties up first. England are the favourites, but Scotland have grafted hard for the final. It's Gemma Campbell driving it on, and the ball inside is loose, and England have it back. Well, you can expect England on top here. There's an incredibly experienced side. That's nothing to do with the fact that it's a 40s category. It's just the fact that so many of these English players have played in various other categories before. As they drive up through the middle here, I think we should have an early drive. But the touch made just before the 7, and Scotland have it back. So an early exchange of blows leaves us level, 1 minute into the tie. We're delighted to be joined by Adam from the England camp alongside me for this. Adam, I mean, how's your European Touch Championships been?
Oh yeah, it's been great. I'm just here as a fan and a supportive husband, and it's the first time I've been able to just watch all the England teams, and especially my wife's team in the Women's Opens play. It's a great experience, great fun. Weather's been amazing, venue's great, and then we now get to go and watch finals back to back to back to back. So yeah, it's going to be a really good day, I think.
Yeah, interesting run of games in the women's 40. England women's 40s actually topped the group, undefeated 5 from 5. England 45s actually came second, and the Euro Select team in third. But it is going to be Scotland who contend for the gold medal here. And England shut out again. So England are the favourites. They've scored 43 tries in 6 games and conceded just 16. An unbelievable defensive record. And that should set them up nicely against Scotland here.
Yeah, I think they look really well connected in their defence. You can see everybody talking, everybody pointing. They're working together. So I can tell why they've only conceded so few.
Drive up from England as they look to head to that right-hand side. Only 4 teams in the tournament, and 2 of them were English, but I mean, it's still good to see the women's 40s division thrive. It says a lot about the way touch is going, because obviously the men's 50s has a lot of players who join the sport late, but also those moving up the divisions, and that's what's happening in this women's 40s division. It's players who have previously played Women's Open who are now starting to move up, and that is just a testament to how the game continues to grow.
Yeah, I think that's something that I've seen this week from watching so many different teams. Just the quality of everybody is increasing, and it's increasing at a very fast rate. I think Scotland, then, their defensive intensity and pace was really good. Pushed England in a turnover, and now they've got another penalty in attack, so 6 touches on the line for Scotland.
Scotland beating 6-1 the last time these two sides met, and then beaten 6-2 before that on round 3, but looking to break through early doors here. Can't quite do so. Penalty England. Oh, absolute ripper of a day here again in Vichy. Not quite as hot as yesterday, which I think is a blessing really, but it's going to be an awesome afternoon of touch. So many finals to come. Blessed to have our first gold medal game be this huge one for Kylie Hutchinson. I mean, Adam, your thoughts on breaking a world record, 150 games in an England shirt?
Oh, I just can't quite fathom what that would be. I think she's played most, if not all, of the women's divisions from Women's Opens up, and she's still such an integral part of every team she plays. Yeah, I think she's really earned every single one of those 150 caps, and I'm sure we'll be mentioning her name many, many times through this game.
I mean, just to quantify it a little bit for people at home, if you make the final of this tournament in the most populated category, which is mixed open or men's 50s, you play 10 and 11 games. So that is essentially playing that number of games at 15 separate international tournaments.
Yeah, I think that's the definition of resilient, and I think you can see that in her play. She's a very resilient player. I think England will, as a group, will have to be resilient here. Scotland have managed to force another turnover in the English half, so I think Scotland should be really happy with this start. The pressure's definitely on England.
Well, the Eurostars have already played England in the bronze medal match, England 45, so still time here for a gold medal to be won, but Scotland have played excellently so far. It's Ebbott on the line, kept out by England again. This is really good from Scotland. It's Jill Guild tips it on. Good catch from Hoi Yang. Scotland back to the 7. Hoi Yang.
Yeah, I think the referee's got the hand up, so this is 5th and last. Bit of a to nothing play. Scotland can throw it around here and try to, but England hold strong.
And England will play out from the half.
England just managing to get a bit of a roll on here, setting great depth off the ball. That looks like Rebecca Maxwell, just a bit of a jinking run, getting some yards, and then England up to halfway now as those fresh legs come on.
Round the corner come England. Good line from Ebbott, from Kylie Hutchinson, of course, and then what a break! Through they go. Who else to open up the scoring in this gold medal match? Kylie Hutchinson scoops through.
Yeah, you pointed her out, Wilf. I think you know what you're doing, don't you? To get the first score of the game as well. Great, just awareness listening to the referee there. The Scotland player was unfortunately offside, and Kylie used her experience to go through. England will be happy to be one up.
Such a popular personality, and also so humble. She's actually declined an interview in the build-up to the game, which is completely fair enough. Wanted to focus on the match itself and win another medal for England. We've got nothing but respect for decisions like that, of course, here at Next Gen Live. But it's just a huge moment for England to even have an individual who is given the opportunity to play so many times, especially in the women's game. It says a lot about the way England touch has developed over the last 20 years.
Yeah, and I think with England developing and evolving so much, Kylie's obviously done a great job to keep her game progressing as well. To stay relevant for 150 games is unbelievable.
To keep getting selected, of course. Some nice hands, but a good touch on Laura Anderson. England lead by 1. They're very comfortable against Scotland in their previous 2 meetings, but this is a really strong start from Scotland, who've been pressuring England well. Linda Leslie.
I quite liked Scotland subbing then. They stayed a bit more in the middle of the field. They didn't come all the way to the sub box. So it just puts a bit more pressure on the English middle defenders. But unfortunately, it's a penalty for England. Their defence put a bit of pressure on and earned a penalty there.
Rebecca Maxwell. Anderson off the deck. England looking sharp here. In a promising position again. Murphy wants on the return. Murphy slides over for England's second score. Marie Murphy with plenty of space. Good work from Maxwell to set up the score.
Yeah, really nice sliding dive, like you say. I had the privilege of commentating on these teams yesterday as well, and that was a name that we mentioned many times in that game. I think her pace and directness taking the ball to Scotland is a really strong asset for this England team.
Scotland, though, with a chance to respond through Alison Freshwater. Ebbott. Freshwater. Nice drive from Ebbott here. The touch is made.
Yeah, good pace from Scotland there, but I think it's Kylie Hutch in defence there, does the job. Again, we'll talk about that experience, just exactly where she needed to be. Good pressure from the English defence as well, pushing Scotland back off the 7. It's difficult to get those try-scoring opportunities when you're starting as far back as England are forcing them to be.
Quinn with the final touch. England remain in control. Unfortunately, not perfect execution on the far side, but again, this is the 6th game for these teams on the final day. It's been an awfully long week. We saw some real fatigue in the mixed 30s semi-final before this one. It is going to be a factor today, especially as the temperatures continue to rise.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yesterday was an absolute scorcher, so I'm glad the clouds are out today, and my sunburn is also glad. Great finish to that mixed 30s game as well.
Nice carry from Daniela Powley-Williams. Hint of an intercept from Scotland. It's Quinn instead taking it on here. Scott. Brodie. England onto the outside. Brodie with the quick snipe, looking to wind it up. Good defence from Scotland.
Yeah, I think Brodie was another name that came up quite a lot yesterday as well. I think her ball playing skills were really impressive. I might be wrong here, but I believe she was a bit of a later addition into the squad as well. But the way she's come in and been able to move that ball around is such a strong asset. Great range of pass.
Here comes Scotland. Leslie. Back in is the call, just tipped on really nicely by Ruth Kerr. But England turn it over again. They do look quite comfortable in defence, England, it must be said. I'm not sure Scotland have pressured them with the kind of intensity that England are bringing to this final so far.
Yeah, I sounded a bit like a broken drum yesterday. I talked a lot about the territory of the game and how England were able to earn those turnovers higher up the field, and it seems like they've carried that momentum into today. obviously the closer you are to Scotland's line, the less work it is to get those try-scoring opportunities, and they've done well so far, although Scotland have forced an error there, so they'll be back onto the attack.
And another chance for them to progress. But this is just the first of many finals that England will be competing in, of course, as the strongest delegation here at the Euros, the only Tier 1 nation in the Northern Hemisphere, but Scotland continuing to roll forward. Ebbott, then called back by the referees, unfortunately, there.
Yeah, it just looked like a little loss of control in the ruck, but again, Scotland keeping that ball in the middle of the field, putting pressure on those English middles. A little bit of miscommunication there just from the English. Didn't quite have that runner ready, but looking to find a bit more momentum before there's another loss of control in the ruck. So Scotland just still in this arm wrestle for the field position, and did well to turn the ball over in the English half. They'll be looking to get up to that 7 as fast as possible. That's a nice drive in there.
Archie Shaw and Megan Melfa in charge of this women's 40 side for England.
I'm sure we'd be told off as well if we didn't mention the manager, Caitlin Cook. All from Nottingham and quite young as well. So it's nice to see them getting involved and sharing their experiences.
Penalty for Scotland. Chance for them to get on the board. Liesl Lipstrew Holmes. And then turn a pace from Campbell onto the outside. Irvine. Jenny Connor. Laid back for Connor. Round the corner comes Lipstrew Holmes. Dangerous from Scotland. Well read by Hutchinson.
Yeah, good test for the English defence there. It was number 14, Lucille Lipstrom Holmes, just really running that short line, but taking it wide, making sure those English defenders were staying honest and going all the way. They try that left edge again. Unfortunately, goes to ground this time, so English defence holds them out.
Another good shutout by the English. 5 minutes to go to the half-time. England 2-0 up but in control, and the break is on here.
Well, great work, great Scottish number 2 chasing all the way back.
Yeah,
there.
great work from Sarah Butler, but it's Hutchinson breaking the game again for England with another line. Back onto the inside from Lisa Brodie, and then a little dive over on the far side. Just waiting for the referee's call. I think England are going to be sent back to the 7.
I think the referees are having a talk saying the Scottish defender's offside, so it's been awarded for England.
Try given. And a good finish from Daniela Powley-Williams. I think it is Powley-Williams in that link channel. Yep, there is a touch there from Jenny Connor, but she's offside. England have 3 before half-time. Starting to feel like a bit of a procession, this gold medal match.
And straight away off the tap off, we can see the England team just really rushing forwards, putting the pressure back onto the Scottish team, and errors come the way. So really well earned there from the English defence.
Hutchinson and Ferguson Ward just missing out on possession, and a nice dart from England as they're over halfway. Still looking for more before half time. Switch on the inside for Anderson. Maxwell. Murphy. Looks a real bright prospect in the middle so far, Murphy, but it's floated over the top instead. Good take from Sally Seymour. But Scotland make the touches. Hugh Ouyang. Good work in defence. And then strong call, as you can hear from the England defensive line. They get up quick. Good touch from Murphy as well. Scotland almost up the halfway.
That's a nice run there from Scotland, just really injecting some pace into the attack, trying to get those English defenders rolling.
And the ball inside from Freshwater goes to ground, and England with another defensive shutout. 3-0 as things stand. Maxwell to the right hand side.
England have done really well there when they transition off coming onto the pitch, just keeping momentum through as those fresh legs come on and they find a nice strike on the 7. And I think their momentum has earned themselves a penalty, so they'll have 6 more touches on that 7-metre line.
Big chance for England with 3 minutes to go before half time. Clear instructions from the referee, you can hear as well. Quick pick up by Quinn, and then handbrake pulled by Hutchinson. Now England might look to strike. Quinn, great acceleration, looking for an offside call. Jill Guild has just been caught on the way through there. She doesn't look very comfortable. It was a good defensive shutout from Scotland.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay, because as you say, that was a really good defensive set from Scotland. I think before the touch was made, they were pushing up high, they were getting out the 7 and forcing England back off the 7-metre line, which obviously means the defenders don't have to go all the way back.
Well, she's just holding the shin, so let's shift our attention back to the woman of the moment, Kylie Hutchinson. 150 games, and I mean, for the 150th to fall on a gold medal match is also pretty special as well. Came into the tournament on 144, and I mean, those last couple of games, you've got to be thinking, oh gosh, I hope nothing happens injury-wise in the build-up. You know, England were always expected to get through to this match, but to stay fit and firing for that long, you know, it's a nervous place to be approaching a world record.
Yeah, 100%. I think for me, the mental side of it is just as difficult as the physical side. To be able to keep yourself in good enough shape to be able to play 150 games physically is a challenge, but as we said before, the ability to evolve your game and be able to play the quality of touch that Kylie has played for so long is a testament in itself. And I think the work that England do with their psychologists is important, is a very big reason as to why Kylie's been able to be so successful. I mean, we can see her here just was half work setting up those strike plays, but that's 6 touches for Scotland now, so they'll turn the ball over and England straight back into defence and working hard already.
Well, the game's just come thick and fast. England just posting all over social media their unbelievable win in the semi-final of mixed 30s. Our first drop-off live on field 2. Scotland looking to fight their way back into this one. It was a good defensive shift from them at the line. And maybe before the break a chance, but unfortunately a knock-on. I think at this, as things stand, England will go up 3-0 at half-time. Hutchinson. Round the corner comes Emily Eve. The try scorer, Daniela Powley-Williams, is the last to be touched before the break. England looking for their 3rd win over Scotland in their final match of the women's 40s division. They have a gold medal in their sights and they lead by 3 at half-time. Just 20 minutes more to play. 20 more minutes of Kylie Hutchinson's 150th game for England. The woman who opened up the scoring. How poetic. As England lead with another medal in their sights and their first of the day live here on field 2. Our first gold medal match on the final day of the European Touch Championships.
T minus 1 minute.
Back for the second half of this women's 40s tie. Very impressive stuff from England, who are up by 3, but also defensively they've been on top. Adam Brimlow alongside me. And Adam, your first tournament where you've just been able to sit back and take it all in as England go over early doors and score their 4th. Dotted down by Emily Eve. Perfect start for them.
Positive, really positive start to the second half from England. So whatever they said at half time paying off early, and it's just been a great tournament to be able to watch.
Of course, you were here in Vichy 3 years ago. What kind of changes can you tell from the vibe, the numbers, whatever differences you've noticed being back here 3 years later?
I think for the open teams for England specifically, it seems like a much younger group of players. We can see the benefits of the junior tournaments that are happening. So as those England juniors are coming through and making opens teams younger, people are moving up to the seniors teams even earlier, and the experience of the opens players going into seniors is just then starting to spread out and creating such a higher experienced group of athletes. And I think it's already happened. Obviously, some people like Kylie, who's got those 150 caps, have shared her experience, but just the ability to have more and more people going up and being able to share that experience is making the talent pool higher. The level of competition is amazing. And then it's always nice to see some teams. I think Switzerland mixed opens for me have been the sort of outlier team of the tournament. I don't think anybody expected them to do as well as they have, and they've been amazing to watch.
Pushed France really far in that semi-final, which was here today, 9-6 in the end. And certainly, yeah, the competition has only grown, and more competitive teams coming from all areas. You know, it was just England v, and then it was the home nations, and now you've got France and Italy and Belgium and Germany bringing teams, and Portugal that can compete across different avenues. Nice carry from Freshwater. Scotland would love to get on the board here, as they have in both their previous meetings with England. In fact, there's never been a clean sheet in this tournament at the women's 40s level this year in Vichy.
I think England will have to work really hard in the second half to be able to keep that score sheet. Scotland are pushing that ball around as they get to the line. When they get there, they've got a good level of ball movement laterally and spreading the English defence. But at the minute, it's England who are just rolling into the 7. At times, it looks easy for this talented group.
Slipping through goes Eve for 2 tries in the second half already for her. Put through by Hutchinson. Good place from Quinn in the build-up too, but it's Emily Eve on the double.
Yeah, she's come out fire in the second half. Great running line as well, just chopping that hole, catching it with pace. What a great score.
$5-0 now. And this game is perhaps getting away from Scotland. Certainly a long way back. Well, no side has scored more than 5 in defeat so far in the tournament.
Hopefully that stat remains for this game then.
If you're of an English persuasion, of course. Which, Adam, you are allowed to be. Don't worry.
Yeah, people said I could commentate, but they didn't say I wasn't allowed to be biased, so that's okay.
I made it very clear that any co-commentators I'm lucky to have are allowed to support their own nation. Nice footwork from Elmgren. Pauli Williams. Julia Elmgren. Brodie. Pauli Williams looking for her second. She's just goading the Scottish forwards. I love how interactive the 40s and in the men's the 50s tournaments can be. There's a lot more conversation between players and officials. Good pick up from Brodie, taking it to the line here. Goes to the long ball. Perfectly weighted. And England have another.
What a great pass off the left hand as well. England did well, just banked the players all over one side, then came back into a great bit of space and great pass as well.
Sally Seymour makes no mistake. England have 6. And they've matched their previous performance against Scotland, who they beat 6-1 and 6-2 in the pool stages. They're going to go even better here in the latter stages, but it's lovely round the corner from Scotland. Soft hands back on the inside from Connor. Oh, but just infringement called by the referee. It's looking good from Scotland, but women's 40s, it feels like the last category to fall in terms of the expansion of touch. Only 4 teams in it, 2 of which were English, one of which, of course, was the Euro Select side. It's great to see them involved in the tournament, but it was like next time round there'll be even more nations competing in there as Quinn almost races through.
Yeah, hopefully this division grows and picks up some of the momentum we've seen in the other divisions. I think, unfortunately, as you do start to see the age groups that are in the top end, takes a little bit longer for the foundation to build underneath. But I think, especially when teams like this come and perform as well as they do, it really invites more competition. England have had a great tournament so far, so I'm sure other countries will be watching this and going, we want to go and be the team that beats England. Scotland give them a good crack at the minute. I think the scoreboard is a little bit unflattering to Scotland. When they get moving and get pushing forwards, they're really putting this English defence under some pressure.
Absolutely, and Scotland race to make their changes mid-attack. Nice ball on the inside. Leslie's caught, and that's the turnover. I'll tell you what is a new feature of the commentary box is the Wasps have just started to descend on us here as the tournament continues and the sun comes out again. We'll keep battling away as England keep racing through with Hannah Scott. Scott with a brilliant carry. England set up well here. And then a penalty given against Scotland as well.
Yeah, it just looks like the Scottish player accidentally ended up in the ruck there. So as you say, it'll be a tap for the penalty and then 6 touches to go. I'm sure Lisa Brodie will be looking to get on the ball and see if she can't get one of those other great passes in that we've seen already.
Elmgren diving over. Nothing coming as of yet. England still going with Brodie. Brodie to the outside. Rowley Williams. Brodie. Pauli Williams. Looking for the long ball, but slightly undercooks it. Scotland hold out again.
Yeah, I think England are a little bit unlucky there. They registered the space well, picked a great option as to how to access it. Just unfortunately that pass didn't quite go to hand, but positive signs for England as they get an interception, do they? I think the referees are saying that's all good. Lisa Brodie
through. What a moment for England to make it 7. Their best performance against Scotland in 3 meetings comes in the gold medal match. It's really well weighted. Looking for Hutchinson, but only finding Lisa Brodie. And England continue on top form. Scotland, though, with a chance from the restart to look to drive forward.
I think Lisa Brodie's try there just came from the defensive pressure going forwards with good intent, and we can see more of that here from England, and they've just earned another penalty there.
Space opens up round the corner, floated over the top beautifully, but it won't stand. That's such a shame for Scotland. It was a really nice move. Good work from Gemma Campbell in the build-up there.
As you say, I think another really positive sign for Scotland. They're seeing space and able to move the ball into it. I think if they keep trying as they are, soon these passes are going to land and go to hand, and then some scores for the Scottish team.
We're struggling here to keep this game even-handed. England through again. Seymour wants a second. Great defence from Scotland. But we're just not seeing that kind of breakaway as commonly from this Scottish side as we are from England.
Yeah, really nice mirrors from the Scottish defenders there. Everyone just marking up player on player, not getting full by any of the footwork, so good defence there to hold England out.
Huia Yang to the short side, bit of space for Scotland here. Liesl Lipstrew-Holmes popped off the deck. Scotland over halfway with a couple more touches to play with. Connor. Oh, penalty against Scotland, unfortunately there, spotted by the referee on the near side. All-female refereeing team, of course, for this game. Something else that's definitely worth discussion.
Yeah, it's nice to see that level of representation all the way through the game, not just as a player group, but as a referee group as well. And I think they've done a really good job controlling this game, letting players play, keeping the game flowing. Any penalties that have happened, they've allowed the plays to be nice and quick. So we're seeing a really good game, and that's down to the referees as well as the players.
Lots of space here for England as they make their changes. Elmgren with a good carry. Brodie goes out the back. Brodie takes a tumble on the way through. I think she was the option round the corner, and instead she's down on the 7. Touch was made, but the try's been given. An offside call, hands a second score to Daniela Powley-Williams. Right, good to see Brodie get back to her feet. Try given though. Powley-Williams, great finish, just falling away to the right-hand side. Still managed to keep it tucked under the arm. England up by 8. Comms box gratefully resourced by Chris Wearmouth as well. Watching on for England. We've got so much more to come here today. In terms of finals, this first one has been a bit one-sided, but England have been great. And I think you made a good point, Adam, when you were saying that it has been a bit unfair for Scotland here. They've played really well. They just haven't been able to be as clinical.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the scoreboard looks great for England, and they have worked really hard to get the scores that they've got and keep that 0 down. But the way Scotland have moved the ball, created and found opportunities has been really nice to see. It's just those last little small bits of execution. I think the 1%ers is what most people call them, has been the main difference.
England come forward, and then Elmgren accelerates away. Quarters half, so we'll come back for another Scottish set from just outside their own line.
Another one of those speedy turnovers, and Scotland straight away back onto the ball, running from depth. Really good core skill level just in terms of getting that ball going forwards. Even when England shoot up and defend as hard as they are.
Scotland missed out again, unfortunately there. Delivery from Chris Simon, the chairman of the Federation of International Touch. A big old block of team sheets, a commentator's dream as we head through to the latter stages of this tournament, our final day of the European Touch Championships. And I think this is the perfect start for us, really. This women's 40s game, nothing too crazy for us to mull over. It's a really dominant win, but a chance for us really just to dig into the nitty-gritty bits of the tournament that we haven't had space to discuss in a game like the mixed open one, which was so frantic. Things that really matter, like This unbelievable achievement by Kylie Hutchinson, this great block of referees, the fact that the game's continuing to expand, and even the improvements from a few years ago that you've noticed, Adam. It's another good defensive shutout from Scotland. With a few minutes left to play, England destined for a gold medal, which they've richly deserved after all their hard work so far in this competition. Before the 40s is wrapped up as well, as they're not appearing in any finals here today, but the Eurostars teams, there's been 3 of them across the women's game. There are over 100 applicants from the women's open side in the Euro Select, and then they also have 2 Masters teams too. It's just great to see that even the countries that aren't able to perhaps produce a fully fledged women's side have got players who are still really keen to take part in this event here in Vichy.
Yeah, it's a huge positive for the women's game that so many people are keen to come and spend their time, effort and money to come and play this sport that we all love. I think that the vast number of applicants is very telling, and I've watched the Eurostars teams throughout this weekend. They've put in a great performances, worked really hard, and it's been great to have them here.
Leslie Connor over the top for Leslie. Hot potato from Scotland. Oh, stunning hands, but again a touch call comes in, an unpopular one, because Scotland come close again to a stunning try. They're going to have to do something very special to break through this English defence.
Yeah, I think it's worth giving those coaches another shout out, because I'm sure they'll buy me a beer if I do it. Archie Shaw, Meg Mellor, and then Caitlin Cook as the manager have really got this team discipline down to a T. The defence and the work rate in defence is excellent from England. I think they've really earned the score in their favour, and I've got to give Scotland another shout out. They are still working super hard, and I think they're going to have to keep going hard. Ball's gone all the way out to the wing, but again we can see the Scottish defenders just absolute phenomenal work rate from them to go from one side of the pitch all the way to the other to keep that English team out.
Ruth Kerr gets across well. England still need more. They're still chasing further scores. It's Brodie switching round the corner. Here's Scott, and then touch made. Leslie regathers for Scotland.
Yeah, just about 3.5 minutes left for this game now, and I think Scotland will have only 1 or 2 more opportunities at that 7-metre line if they want to break that deadlock. But as they work that ball and pass it, trying to find the space, it's just gone forward. So it's going to be another England turnover in and around halfway, and I'm sure they'll tap the ball and get us going forward straight away, back up to the 7, trying to get 10. I think as a biased commentator, I can say that I want 10 from the English.
Up to 8 already, 3 minutes still to play. Here come England again. Nice step inside and out from Elmgren. Warren. Elmgren. Good ball into her path. Oh, lovely hands. Just looking for Anderson, who was just not tight enough in the link.
Yeah, I think there was just a little apology there, because there was some space and it was a great read from Hutch to get it into the space. But penalties come England's way, so they'll have a tap and another 6 touches. I really like the way that England have evolved their attack through this game. It's not the same score that they're just rinsing and repeating, so Scottish defence is getting better than England are having to readjust to that. I think both teams are having this tactical battle and playing it really well at the minute.
Floated across to the left, it was on out wide, but just missed out from England. So with 2 minutes to go, Scotland with another chance to drive.
England working hard in defence, trying to keep this pressure on. Just seeing if they can turn this ball over in the Scottish half. I'm sure they'll be really keen to try and keep Scotland to 1-0 in this final. It would be a great accomplishment against what is a really good Scottish team, and that's 6 touches there. So they've managed that set, and only about 1.5 minutes to go now for this English team.
Will be the first clean sheet of the tournament for any side in the women's 40s category. It already is England's highest scoring game against the Scots, and They're level second after they put 12 on the Eurostars in round 1. Here comes Murphy around the corner again. Quinn. Anderson. Murphy. Good acceleration. Quickly off the deck from Quinn. Round the corner she comes. This could be another chance for England to make it 9. Quinn has 2 outside her. Goes back to the short side. We can weave her way through. Touch made.
Yeah, it was a great bit of flow into that strike, dump England moving the ball, using the touches as and when, and I think from that flow they've earned a penalty for a offside, it looked like. So again, they'll have 6 more, less than 30 seconds now.
Oh, what a take. Flying up into the face from Murphy, but a really good grab by Quinn. Noe Quinn back to commanding that defensive line straight away. Seconds remain here in this women's 40s final. England will claim their first gold medal here on pitch 2 under the lights at the European Touch Championships. They'll go undefeated in the women's 40s. They're the top scorers with the best defence. And they have an 150 cap middle in Kylie Hutchinson to thank for a lot of their good work today. Last scoop from Liesl Lipstrow-Holmes, but no way through for Scotland. A clean sheet in the gold medal match, not something you see every day. Scotland work hard. The scoreline doesn't exactly reflect the flow of the tie, but it does reflect the talent of this England women's 40 side, who are England's first gold medalists here on V2 at the European Touch Championships in Vichy. A fine performance, but this final will be remembered not just for the victory, but for Kylie Hutchinson, who opened the scoring on her 150th test in an England shirt. Action for England since 2004. She is the first ever player in any format, of any gender, of any nation, to claim such a title. And she has driven England on to victory here. Congratulations to England, who are victorious by 8 unanswered tries over Scotland in our first final of the day. Well, our first final done and dusted. Adam, thank you so much for joining us to it. We're looking forward to our next one, which is in the men's 30s division, England-Ireland. What a final. We'll be back in just a few moments' time for our next game, due to tap off at 1:30. Congratulations again to England, and again to Kylie Hutchinson, the record breaker.